I'm Marcus Blake with That Nerd Show, and we are speaking with a few of the cast of the original Clerks movie. We're big fans. We got Brian O'Halloran, Marilyn Ghigliotti, and Scott Schiaffo. So the first question we have to ask, are you guys completely surprised about how popular this movie became and that you're at a convention talking about it?
So many years later.
So many years later, yeah. When making it and after it was done, I didn't see or talk to those guys for a couple of months because they were editing literally the old school Steam Deck where they get raw film and cut and paste, cut and tie, nothing computerized whatsoever. And so to see it when it finally gets screened and then went to Sundance, it was after Sundance that people were like, we loved your movie, and asking for autographs, and so like, this is kind of weird. I always thought it was just going to be something that I would get a VHS tape copy of to show friends, hey, look what I made this best.
Right.
And it's a film that you shot, then you show at parties. That was about the highest of my expectations.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can really know what or how a movie is going to be unless it's Marvel, of course.
Right.
But yeah, when I got to Sundance, there had already been a screening. And then, as I'm walking around, getting the lay of the land, figuring out what it is I got to do, and get to my paperwork and all that kind of stuff, people are already coming up to me and saying how much they loved the movie and how much they loved me in the movie. And so it was just kind of like very surreal at that moment.
Are you talking to the right person?
Yeah, and then when he got in town, he had shaven his goatee, so nobody recognized him off the bat. But they were coming to me, and I'm like, and he was not there, So it's just all very, still to this day, it's very weird.
That's what I thought.
Well, but I think for any indie filmmaker, I mean, this is your Rosetta Stone. This is like your roadmap of what you do and how you begin. I mean, it's easier now, obviously, but
not as easy as you think. I mean, to be honest with you, it's easy to make an actual film in the sense of you can. There are film festivals basically just shooting stuff on iPhones.
Yeah.
right.
So you can shoot and record. The technology has become a lot cheaper. Digital makes it a lot easier to just cut. Let's do it again because all it is just digital. But to get it seen is the harder thing these days. Yes, you can put it up on YouTube. Yes, you can put it up on streaming of some festivals and stuff like that. But because there's so much material out there now, there's so much content to be seen by so many different people. I always, not to be crude, I always joke about it. It's the pieces of corn in the poop that you got to find. Do you know what I mean? Like that's how hard it is to find really good films sometimes with all the shit that you got to watch. It's like, this is awful.
Well,
now look, but it's people's dreams. I'm not saying people's dreams are shit, and I'm not saying that making a film is shit. But I go to a lot of film festivals as well. There are a lot of things that need tweaking and stuff like that. But for something to be, and even the original Clerks, trust me, there's tons. And Kevin will even say that there's tons that we could have tweaked on. As a matter of fact, when he was at Sundance, there was a producer who wanted to just buy it outright to recast it with Hollywood stars and redo the story, which I don't think would have ever worked anyway. So, but we'll see what happens. So, as much as it was hard to get it seen, and it was just the right moment at the right time.
Now, how many people ask you to make lasagna? Do you make a good lasagna?
Some people may say yes. I actually went to a podcast, and I don't know why, at one out of so many podcasts, that I actually made a little thing of lasagna for them.
That's great.
But he talks about it to this day, so it was a good thing. But yeah, I'm not the ricotta type person, so I don't put the ricotta in there. But it's not a bad lasagna.
Well, I just think it's one of those iconic moments of the film too. That you're bringing him lasagna, and of course it's the one line by Silent Bob.
That's what really wraps it up.
Exactly.
Well, but it's just a very small one that I hear most.
Right. Now, one of the things I've always found curious, I mean, did you know Jeff Anderson before you did this film? Because you guys have great chemistry on this film. So, I mean,
it is one of the bizarrest happy accidents in science, where someone spills something and someone spills something, and they make, oh my God, it's Play-Doh or whatever. It's plastique. It's just something that I believe is inherent to Kevin's writing.
Right.
That the response of talking the way we did in our 20s about subjects, the way we did in our 20s, was kind of really back and forth. Jeff Anderson is generally a very quiet kind of person, and has a very cool, sarcastic, dark edge to him from time to time. Like he'll quip at the perfect moment, so it fit the Randall character, I thought, brilliantly. And that's just something like years later when we came back to do Clerks 2, the last time we had actually worked as Dante and Randall, I think, was the animated scene that we put it as the bonus for the 10-year anniversary edition. And that's also when Kevin approached us and said, by the way, I want to do a Clerks 2. And we're like, what? And it was that point, so then a couple of months later, or a year or so later, then he gave us the script for Clerks 2. And it's just something that once we get together and we rehearse for Clerks, we had set aside another month of rehearsals out in LA for Clerks 2. He flew me out from New Jersey to stay out there, put me up in this extended stay hotel just in Hollywood itself. And I was there, and after 3 rehearsals with him, he was like, you know what, I think we got it. Have fun in LA if you want. And I was like, all right,
Fell back
cool.
into the same old routine.
And it was really easy to get on a, we did a reading with Kevin, Scott, and Jay at Kevin's office with Jeff. And then an hour later, Rosario showed up, and we had a reading with her. And we did okay with the first reading with just us, and then with her, we stepped up our game. And even Kevin said, what the fuck, after she left, like, what the fuck was that? I'm like, what? Like, why didn't you just give me that performance the first time? I'm like, well, Rosario doesn't.
We're just depressing the girl there.
But sometimes it's kind of like an old rusty, car or something you haven't started in a while. You just need a good warm-up run before you take it out on the road. And that's how that first rehearsal was.
Well,
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
he did that for the first film, in my opinion. I think because Brian was so dead on committed and really bringing his A game. As soon as you rehearsed with him, that was my first thing. Was wow, I really got to up it because this guy's not playing games. This is going to be really good. They're not really throwing away a performance here. So I guess Rosario did that for you guys.
Oh yeah, we definitely she stepped in, and we even asked her, like, just out of curiosity, why did you even say yes? Kevin had asked. She was like, you want to be honest? She's like, yeah. She's like, I want to say you're going to do this Dante show, and we're like, all right. She gets us. She gets us.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm still like, I can't believe that even made it in. It felt like.
Oh no, that was staying in. She said yes, and she wanted to see how it was. It was staying in.
Yeah, I'm like, if you want to top yourselves.
I think at one time, like Harvey Weinstein first suggested, I think, Dallas Bryce Howard, what's her name?
Oh, really? Yeah, no, that's
To
right.
be that role, and she was like, "Well, I'm not being punked," So she said no. Like two A-list women said no, I believe. Kevin tells us about it, and then Rosario said sure. Like she read it, she's like, "Oh my god, this is hilarious."
Kind of complete story.
It kind of worked. It really,
Right.
The chemistry really worked.
Now,
Because she's New York.
She's in New York, and
Yeah.
she's East Coast.
Yeah.
how much of yourselves did you actually put into your characters? I mean, is there a little truthfulness?
Well, I'm a people. I've been accused of people pleasing. I say yes to a lot of things too many times to my deficit. So that part, which gets me in trouble, where I'm like, then I'll bitch about having to do it because I said yes or whatever. I'm more of a Randall though, in a sense of caustic sarcasm.
Okay.
In a sense, but I would say the people pleasing, like if something. I try to make the best of the situation. I'm not the one to be like, son of a bitch, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I'm like, I guess we're doing this, whatever. See, that's what it is. You buckle like a belt.
How about you?
Veronica is a giver, and I'm a giver. So, and for the nasty people that are probably
Entirely celebrities.
like, no.
30
Like,
seconds.
We're not-
it's,
we're not
it's
going
like
there.
All of a sudden, just kind of came to mind. It's like, oh, the dirty minds are going to go there.
Well, you put it on a
We're not
I
here,
know, I
we're not
know.
here to educate the high school kids in their outlet behind you.
But I just mean, it's like I'm there for my man,
Right.
and to make sure that he betters himself, and do those things for the person that you love.
Right.
So that's how I find myself in that character.
How about you,
I'll
Scott?
tell you, I do get asked that a lot, and it's true. I was loathe cigarette smoking. Now, mind you, I had every addiction under the sun other than cigarettes. But I grew up. My mom was a smoker while I grew up, and I always hated it. you know. And so it wasn't hard to get behind the ranting about the evils of smoking, even though it's it's on the same level.
Right.
So it wasn't like in between takes I was smoking away. I really was somebody who was not a fan of cigarettes at all whatsoever. So in that way it was easy to connect.
Now, I understand that there is a Clerks 3 in the pipeline. Is there anything you can talk about?
The solo's just been written for about a good year and a half or so. I have been sworn to a $3 million penalty, non-disclosure.
Okay, so we're in Star Wars secrecy
so
here.
For $4 million, you can totally have the script. It's not going to live on $1 million with proper investment. But what it is, it's the best amalgamation of everything that Kevin has done as a writer, filmmaker, podcaster, overall comic champion, nerd, rolled into this script. He's talked about it about a year ago on his podcast. Randall has a love interest, as we last left off. The second one, Becky, portrayed by Rosario Dawson, is pregnant with Dante's hideous love child. So there's the bit of child involved in that. He's talked about that as well. So that hopefully we can start working on 2018, because right now he's working on a 10 one-hour TV series of Mallrats called Rats currently.
Oh, I heard. So it's not going to be a movie?
It's not just a one-off movie. He's now changing it into 10 one-hour episodes. I think he's enjoying the directing episodic work.
Okay.
Fast turnaround, fast turnover. It's also a way to expand the storyline from just an hour and a half to 10 1 hours. So you can give a lot of time to a lot of really funny humor. I've not seen page one of any of that. Jay Muse, if you talk to him at all, I think he's seen some rough cuts of the rough drafts of them. I know Kevin is in the talks with the streaming media outlets, plus different other cable outlets as to what he wants to distribute.
A Mallrats series.
Pretty wild.
They're in the same area. All I'm saying is, I think there's chances for everybody's character to pop up in it.
Well,
Yeah, you would think.
I
There you
am
go.
definitely in it. He has as much. He told me so via Facebook Messenger. But I'm looking forward to it.
All right. I mean, we haven't seen Veronica in a while, so we got to see what she's up to.
Right.
All right, so these questions, this is strictly for That Nerd Show.
Okay.
This is where we test your geekiness. If you could be a superhero or a villain, what kind of power would you want?
I've always loved invisibility. I think you can get away with a lot with invisibility. I mean, second to me would be flying. If you can combine the two, I guess I'm Wonder Woman's jet. But no, something of that nature I always thought you can do a lot with.
See, growing up, it was always, I dream of Genie and Bewitched, so the thought of just being able to blink yourself somewhere was always very intriguing.
Teleportation. I like it. Teleportation.
Nice. Scott?
It's tough. I grew up with my Batman was Adam West. Okay, I grew up in the 60s and 70s. The utility belt and the toys I really like. Where does it get those wonderful toys? Right. I don't know, but that's not really a superpower. It's hard to say. Or just
your intellect is your superpower because you got to build those toys.
I guess that's what it was. Yeah, all the toys in the back cave.
See, that's why I was like Batman,
That
just
belt
because he's a human. There's nothing mutant or alien about him. He's an earthling who used his intellect and his extreme wealth of his parents to build these wonderful toys.
And the last one is, if you could be involved in either Star Trek or Star Wars in any way, what would it be and why?
Trek. I'm a Star Trek. Excuse me. Wars. What am I saying? Star Wars.
Again, do not let my T-shirt influence you in any way.
I'm a Star Wars fanatic just because that Star Trek had happened. It's the 60s, and so they're like, see, we were the first. I get you. But I love the Star Trek universe as well. Star Wars, to me, I was 7 when it came out. My mother, God love her, and my father invested way too much of their hard-earned money in toys and stuff that I was pestering them at Woolworths and Corvettes to buy me in 2000. So that was my world as a kid. So that's an emotional thing because that changed my perspective of the universe of Star Wars. I remember driving back from the big theater in Paramus, New Jersey, driving back to the Bronx, New York, where we lived, telling my 2 older brothers, one who's 9 years older, one who's 6 years older than me. I'm like, haha, when I'm ready to drive, I'm going to have a land speeder. I'm still waiting for my motherfucking land speeder, by the way. Where the hell's my land speeder? What's going on?
A fresh story.
So that's why Star Wars to me.
Marilyn?
It's not fair. That's not a fair question.
Of course it
Cop
is.
out and say both. We're nerds. We like
Yeah, I
them.
mean, because Star Wars has epicness about it, you know. I mean, as a Trekkie, you know, most people will think about the TV series before
Right.
they actually think about the films and things like that. So, but
You really shouldn't have gotten it.
you know, no, I can't pick. No, I won't pick. Especially since I can actually be, because they're doing this the new Star Trek series
Right.
now too. It's like, and I know there's already some people on there. I'm like, well, I want to be on there. I want to be on both, but
The writer didn't see it.
Hey, we're going to lean a little towards Star Trek. We're very excited to see what's going to happen with it. Scott, how about you?
So
It would be Star Wars. And it's pretty wild that Brian and I saw it in the same
of
theater
its time.
when it came out. I mean, I'm older than Brian by a handful of years, but that was one of the first epic films ever,
Right.
where lines were around the block. Like, it broke ground back then. A lot of people that embrace it now might not have even been around for that. But for that reason, I mean, I enjoy Trek. I'm not the biggest sci-fi guy in general. If I had to pick, it would be Star Wars. Pop in somewhere there.